Hi, nice to meet you. This video might be my last voice in my life. Please save human rights and humanitarianism. Please help and save me. Please save USA. ICE has inhumanly detained, tortured, and abused an HIV patient for over 6 months already. ICE has confined an HIV patient in an overcrowded, enclosed space for over 6 months. They are damaging my health. They are killing an HIV patient. Yes, I'm an HIV patient. Now I have to make my privacy and my situation public. ICE waste 6 months of an HIV patient's life. I lose my freedom for a long time. My name is Zhengji. I'm an HIV patient. I have severe depression and anxiety. I'm a gay man. My A number is 241-368-531. I have been detained for over 6 months in ElPaso SPC, Texas, since October 11, 2024.
I never have one day's freedom since I entered USA.
And I waited 9 months in Mexico to get a CBP 1 appointment since December 24, 2023, even though I need to take medication every day. So I have been suffering and enduring torment for over 16 months already. I'm a political refugee from Guangzhou, China. I have been persecuted by the Chinese government. And I'm a game designer, a game engineer, and a game animator. I have good education with a degree of bachelor. I passed the credible fear interview and I have a sponsor in California. I applied for parole and requested to get released since 4 months ago. But ICE did not release me and they even did refuse to give me a bond. They wrongly accused an HIV patient and make things difficult for an HIV patient. They are still detaining me. I'm suffering physical and mental torment every day. It seems like ICE is helping the Chinese government to torture me again. As an HIV patient, my immune system is extremely weak and is sensitive with everything. I cannot eat well and I cannot sleep well for over 6 months already. My weight has dropped to only about 19 points. And my CD4 count is only about 300. I cannot stand the cruel conditions and strict rules in the detention facility. I need to face so many problems, inconveniences, limits, and sexual issues in the detention facility. I feel extremely suffering and homeless. I cry so frequently here. Due to the prolonged detention, my depression and anxiety is getting more and more severe. Recently, I had I had been transferred to the psychiatric hospital for treatment and rehabilitation. The doctors agreed and proved that I'm not suitable to be detained here, and the detention is harmful to HIV patients' health due to negligence by the medical staff here. My essential HIV medications were interrupted at least 6 times already. I had never interrupted my HIV medication before the detention, not even once. And I always cannot take my HIV medication on time here. Taking medication every day on time is the most necessary, important, and basic thing for every HIV patient. The interruptions of HIV medication can cause significant harm to HIV patients' health and lead to drug resistance. HIV patients frequently experience health issues and illness in daily life. Not to mention that being detained in the detention facility. My condition is even worse. I cannot receive timely medical attention and treatment here. I get ill so frequently since I was detained. I have to take so many medication and antibiotics so many times here. I'm having a full infection again now. I feel sick, cold, dizzy, weak, hungry, and have a headache and infection all the time here. I often have a stomachache here, and I have a diarrhea for over 4 months. I saw the doctors and reported these problems many times, but I cannot get any help. The food here is extremely terrible. My weight has dropped to only about 19 points now. I'm still losing more and more weight and having a diarrhea. It's very dangerous for an HIV patient. There are almost 19 detainees in a small dormitory. Many detainees even have to sleep on the floor. They speak and yell loudly all the time, and I cannot understand what they say. You cannot imagine how extremely noisy it is here. I cannot take a good rest. I cannot sleep well even just one night here during these 6 months. More and more detainees know that I'm an HIV patient. I'm a gay man. I have depression and anxiety, and they know I cry frequently. Some bad guys they discriminate against me, bully me, mock me, throw things at me, yell at me, and imitate my crying. I reported this, but I cannot get any help or protection. To stay with so many straight men without privacy in an extremely crowded dormitory, I feel fearful, nervous, stressed, depressed, anxious, and unsafe, especially in the restroom and the shower room. I got a serious injury by the accident here because the playground here is extremely small and crowded. And I was taken to the hospital for stitches. From then on, I have PTSD here. I no longer dare to take exercise with so many straight men on the small cloudy playground. Additionally, the officers here are very rude, cruel, harsh, and strict. They talk to me with a really bad attitude. They don't treat me like a human being. They take pleasure in making detainees suffer. They confine me in a cell room many times with no reason, and I feel extremely scared. They always wrongly accuse me. All in all, there are too many detainees in a detention facility. I feel ill and cold all the time here, but no one can help me. Obviously, detention facilities lack adequate resources, manpower, space, and capability to properly detain and care for HIV patients. I once flew to Mexico and arrived at the official port of entry to ask the staff for an exemption for waiting CBP-1 but failed. And I flew back to Mexico City. I did not cross the border directly into California, and I deeply regret now. Instead, I chose to comply with US government policies. I waited 9 months in Mexico to get a CBP-1 appointment. I've never heard of anyone waiting longer than me, and I'm even an HIV patient. You cannot imagine how difficult and suffering it is for an HIV patient who doesn't speak Spanish and needs daily medication to wait and stay in Mexico, a foreign country, for 9 months. And I had been bullied and cheated by the landlord in Mexico City, and I asked the Taiwan embassy for help. Most people with a CBP-1 appointment pass through the official port of entry smoothly without detainment. I waited for the CBP-1 longer than anyone else, and I'm even an HIV patient. But ICE has still detained me until now with no reason. It's so unfair to me. Where is the equality spirit of America? I really regret selecting the entry port in ElPaso, Texas. What's worse, I have heard now people with CBP-1 face more difficulties and restrictions. We trusted the US government, so we waited for CBP-1. But why has the US government broken its policies? And now it even makes things difficult for us. I do nothing wrong. I'm a political refugee. I'm a victim. I'm a patient. And I'm a good person. Please do not torture me anymore. I support Hong Kong and Taiwan. I advocate democracy and freedom of speech. I criticize the Chinese government and President Xi Jinping. I have been interviewed by a Taiwan TV. I once donated money to UNHCR. I'm glad to tell people my HIV has been under medication control for long and cannot be detected. No, no virus, no contagious. I'm a professional person with technical skills and good education. I study hard and work hard. I'm a game designer, a game engineer, and a game animator. A truly great country should protect vulnerable people and refugees, not harm or persecute them again. Even as a refugee and an HIV patient, I can also make America great again. I can also contribute to and create value for USA with my technical skills. And I will help preserve Cantonese language and Cantonese culture in the United States. As a gamer, I belong to a vulnerable minority group, and I have endured discrimination and sexual issues, especially in China and in a detention facility. As a political refugee, I have suffered persecution and restriction from the Chinese government for over 6 years. As an HIV patient, I need to take medication every day and frequently face health issues and illnesses. And I follow the policies to wait 9 months in Mexico for CBP 1. I'm a poor, miserable person who has already suffered a lot and endured tremendous hardship for long. And now I'm even still suffering in human terms in the United States, in Texas, in ElPaso. Everything is extremely difficult in a detention facility. I want to complete my asylum process outside. I miss the food outside. I miss the ice cream. I want to develop games. I want to have a boyfriend. I want freedom. So I come to USA. But I lose my freedom for long now.
I never have one day freedom since I entered USA.
Paso SPC is a hell without human rights. I cannot stay here any longer, please. The ICE officers here all know about me because I have written and sent countless letters to them so many times already. Moreover, I have also sent numerous letters to many organizations, media outlets, and US government departments to seek help. Where is the hero? Who is the hero? Who can save me? Where is the hero spirit, justice spirit, human rights spirit of the United States? I feel sick, cold, dizzy, weak, hungry, and have headache and infection all the time here. But no one can help me. I get ill so frequently here. I feel extremely suffering, homeless, helpless, depressed and tired. It is already overload for me. Please do not torture an HIV patient, a gay man, a refugee anymore. I cannot suffer, and I cannot suffer or endure anymore. Please. Now I have requested for humanitarian parole. If ICE does not release me, I will release myself. I will release myself. Please help and save an HIV patient. I want to get released. Please return the freedom to an HIV patient. Please save human rights. Please save USA. Sincerely, thank you for your compassion.